Okay, Renata goes insanely hard here, though. That is... Yeah, it's a rift mark. Dear lord. Okay, one thing that I will tell you, and he's going to kill me for announcing this on stream. Kama Chameleon has particularly bad mental block versus this Gwen champion. I don't know if Crow knows that, and that's why he's picking it. I have no idea. But this is a champion that he very, very consistently struggles with.
I mean, looking at draft, intrinsically it seems T4T favored in my eyes. Yeah. Maud, Amumu, Garen, Varus, Renata. Insane pick potential with also pretty good team fighting. We are seeing... oh my god, we're seeing them go for an invade. I guess we'll... Or maybe they're looking for a stack in top lane. Wait, both teams are stacking. Interesting.
Orange Slave, even jungle is nuts. from Yusuf. You can see as these teams pass each other by.
Oh my god, what is going on?
We're so back to UNL. We are so back. Yeah, neither team is aware of the invade from either side.
Alright, well we
playing us okay. In that brush.
Okay, Havoc in the red buff on the red side, and T4T in the blue buff on the blue side. Let's see if they walk into each other. That's what I'm interested to see, if they're going to walk into each other.
Neither mid laner has opted in for TP this game, by the way.
Oh
no! Oh no! Okay, he's walked out way too early. He's gonna get away with his life. But okay. One point that I have is Cam bullying Rift off his Rift trying to get into his blue buff.
Well,
he's gonna take the fight, the smite fight. It's won by Riftmark. He's gonna go back in with the W. He's gonna flash away, flash followed by Kama Chameleon. Another tap, and Kama Chameleon takes the first blood, TPing straight on top of Crow's head. Crow gonna try and pick up the kill on this Amumu. I love this league. We're so back. Makiskio. The flash E from Rack96. That's going to be a kill over to him. And we are truly well into the thick of things already. On the point that I was making earlier, before whatever just happened. Early trades coming out of top lane, but neither mid laner has opted in for teleport. And one thing about Garen with Ghost is that what he can do, and I'm being completely serious when I say this, with the new reduced cooldown that they added like maybe 5-6 matches ago, he will base and then will ghost out of spawn while pressing Q, be back in comparable time to teleport with half the cooldown. That's a completely like serious way that this spell gets used. I saw VegarV2 made a video about it on Twitter. So this is that's like the rationale behind it. Rack taking the ignite, I'm not sure. I mean, he didn't need to use it for that early kill on the Amumu, but yeah, it's yeah, we're right. Back.
So I'm fucking flabbergasted. Let's analyze. Oh, there's a little no, nothing in the bottom. Okay, so Riftmark won the smite off. Makuskio is left, camped down. The kill went to Mordekaiser. I do think Mordekaiser's good in this game, so I'm a lead on him is good. Yeah. The kill on Rack is, well, I just expect Rack to be Varus ulted into Amumu ulted into Maud, into Renata Q'd, into Renata ulted. We'll see what Trindam is able to do here. We see Riftmark hovering around bot lane here in the tribe, potentially looking for a gank, walking around. Small trades, visitating a lot of his Qs, Jin already out of mana. Rack is doing the DBS, walk up, grass water, E away playstyle. Yeah, that is an elixir on Ornn jungle. What I find interesting is he hasn't yet used the tonic.
Does that give you extra damage to jungle
camps? Not to give you true damage on jungle camps.
Why has he taken it? I guess the skill point might be useful, I don't know. He is clearing in a comparable time to Amumu though, which if anything is quite impressive.
Bear in mind that he was up a buff from the Smite fight.
Yeah. You know, if there was ever a way that I would expect this jungle matchup to go, whatever just happened, something very close to that.
I'm just flabbergasted by the Mordekaiser TP.
The more TP out of the fight, yeah.
What's more insane is that he didn't base with the first blood gold beforehand. I'm interested. Okay, Joe's
really struggling in this mid lane.
Yeah, getting poked out like crazy. I expect a dive if he isn't gone.
Yeah, Joe's jungle is not here to cover it, but Mercutio, he's going to make a look towards top lane. Can Kamikamilia land this E? He's going to wait way too long to go in. Director Camera, unfortunately, has decided we're actually not looking. The flash away, and Rack 96, not going to be enough damage. Garen does have that W available.
I think this is still a winning. This is still a winning position for the Tryndamere.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I agree.
The health is not a relevant resource, and we burnt the Garen flash and ghost.
Bro,
top lane.
Having a hard time.
Riftmark is looking. What I mean, what does it do? What does one jungle do?
Yeah, nothing. Before you get his ult, he's a very reactive champ to play. Generally speaking, it's quite hard to play into a team that is like getting away from you, if that makes sense. Like pre-6, most of your abilities are good when someone's trying to come towards you. So obviously, once you just show up on the map, you have a slow that is about the same auto attack range as a Yone Q, and you're just hoping it lands. And if it doesn't, well, you just go do something else. But obviously, you can't actually get through your jungle as quickly as a Mumu, or in theory, you shouldn't be able to. But yeah, it's first dragon is up now. Grubs are also up. I don't suspect either jungler has much interest in either of those things as of yet.
I mean, we know Ornn's on his Raptors. We see him moving up. So I guess are they looking for a dive? Mercutio doesn't have ult. They saw him on the board in the pixel brush.
I repeated.
Drag. Okay, we're about to see the legendary Ornn Grubs, boys. the fame. I'm intrigued for sure.
Yeah,
the Barmy Cinder.
A repeated set of swings and misses from both junglers all over the map.
We see Rack going for those fucking turret plates, man. Respect.
The way this Tryndamere mid champ plays is just so obnoxious. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's
you know how Riot push Nocturne out of top lane because of like degenerate gameplay patterns, quote unquote. Like this Tryndamere mid pick embodies that.
Yeah, no trade in the bot lane here. Every single skill shot went wide from Havoc, which is unfortunate, but a possibility we have to prepare for.
Oh!
Oh, almost the kill with the W empowered Q there for Jenna. We see Renata and just Renata, heading down bot lane here for the potential flank.
Oh, Rack 96.
Rack 96 with the quick reactions on the Qs.
Another few swings and misses from the jungle, from these junglers.
Riftmark got the grubs. He's doing his fucking blue buff.
He popped it. He popped the elixir. Finally, I was watching it closely.
Yeah. Joe is not out trading that champion. Try again next time, big man.
Yeah, I mean Tryndamere is just the stat checker to end all stat checkers, right?
Yeah.
Kamikamilia actually faring very well into this Gwen and top lane. Obviously the early kill,
I mean,
quite
Mordekaiser cannot lose lane here. Yeah, Rift, go for it, big man.
Decided against this.
Go walk into the Mordekaiser with ult.
Generally, as a rule of thumb, you can't really gank a Mordekaiser, right? Amari might have taken one step too many forward. Timegear as well.
Alright, we're seeing a potential engage.
Davis gets pulled back by the handshake. He's gonna have to use that flash to get away. Mercutio forcing the flash on Timegear, but he's gonna hit both with the Curse of the Sad Mummy. And Timegear is going to get caught as well. The ult just enough to pick one up on his way out. Jonah having to use that barrier to survive as well. And the first real play of the game. That was a
good gank. Look at that.
They swung and it hit finally.
Very good. Very happy to see that. All thumbs down from Havoc's bot lane.
Yeah, Crow is really struggling, and Riftmark goes in with the Q flash, and he's gonna take down Jutta first, just waiting for that HP bar to fall. Returns one kill, gonna accelerate the scaling on that orange just a little bit. Obviously, given he's not actually playing him in a role that was intended, he's gonna have a harder time getting to those upgrades later on in the game because they're completely based on his XP. But yeah, it's a kill return. I don't think it's gonna do very much in the grand scheme of things, but.
What do you mean, man? Gold on the Ornn jungle? Doesn't that sound like a key to victory? We see the Rav Hydra. Jesus Christ, completed at 10 minutes by Rack. I mean, this guy gets to do whatever he wants for the rest of the game. We see him basically taking down mid turret in a 1v1 lane at 10 minutes versus a melee champ. That's something to see for sure. Rift doing those fucking camps. Thanks for showing us. You won't believe what Rack's next move is going to be. If I had to guess, I'd say it was auto this fucking turret.
Obviously, the early grubs coming in from Riftmark really helping out Rack in this middle lane.
Yeah, that's a good
Crow,
point.
he's going to take that E aggressively forward, but I don't think he wins the stat check. We are inside the Mordekaiser ulti now.
Yeah, this is a
Crow
dead win.
I'm not sure what exactly he was doing dashing into the Mordekaiser there. Kama Chameleon extends his lead slightly further. Yeah. Obviously, Riftmark opting in for an item that is known to be strong on this current patch, the Hollow Radiance. Really going to help with his jungle clear. Yeah, that trend damage is crazy.
Look, it's going to get out alive. I mean, so just a little comment on this top lane matchup. I was honestly, I feel like Crow was actually in a perfectly fine position. I honestly thought the Mordekaiser would have been more dominant up until that little 1v1 there. Yeah. Because my angle is that Gwen just doesn't need to fight, but late game she hits that 2 items, she has a chance.
He used the dash like straight on top of him. Obviously no way from dead after that. Mordekaiser just pops the ulti. I'm not sure if he thought he'd win maybe. But Crow is really struggling. Riftmark is coming in to steal the kill. Or no, he's actually on the opposite team. I'm an incredible caster. Kills all over the map. Riftmark, the next victim on Kama Chameleon's list.
That's a dead Ornn.
Things happening on all sides of the map. Rack96 picking up a kill, and Ornn is going to fall. Amari finally gets his name on the board. And I think for everyone except Rack,
we just saw a flip-flop on both sides of the map there. The roam by Tryndamere and the... Not the gank by Riftmark, it was just the roam by Tryndamere. They end up with both kills on T40's bot lane. On the contrary, I mean, Cam's putting on a demon performance here. Very well played.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think they're actively disrespecting him monstrously.
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah.
I don't know why Gwen was in the position she was. I don't know why Ornn decided it was a good idea to follow up and try and 1v1 the 2-level lead. Mordekaiser, but I mean, honestly, Havoc still have this Tryndamere who's actually already gotten first blood turret mid lane, which is insanity. That went under the radar amongst those plays.
See, this is the thing with our like, you know how you have this top level of UNL players in terms of their points. This is where like often a lot of the like lower point players might get ahead very early, but they still won't be as useful as someone who didn't have such a good early game later on in the game if that player was like particularly good, if that makes any sense. I think you kind of catch my drift. Yeah. So I think an issue that T14 might have is that their gold isn't on the players that you would want, like team comp wise. But I also don't know how this Mordekaiser dies.
I do think Tryndamere Gwen with items will shred him to pieces.
Yeah. I mean, later on in the game, maybe Gwen if she scales enough. But I mean, if she goes far enough behind, Riftmark is the handshake available.
Maybe dead.
Gonna time it well, but I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah, he's dead.
Giving a kill over to the T4.
Not sure why. Well,
we have a look at yeah, I mean, if we have a look at particular gold values, Kama Chameleon ahead by a 2,000 gold lead and 2 levels.
Yeah, but I would also like to note that Rack is 1,200 gold ahead of Cam.
Yeah. Oh my! He has nearly 7,000 gold on the Tryndamere.
Goes on Virus. Not much you can do.
I actually think Tryndamere is a champion that can definitely solo win a game. I don't know if you completely disagree with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was Mercutio looking for a little engage there, but Tryndamere just was able to catch it.
Two items. A nice dodge out on the pull by Crow.
I mean, Riftmark's here, but
I'm pretty sure. Rack's gonna go in on Junna. The chemical's coming out, but he's gonna pick up the kill. I'm sure Renata soon to follow. Chameleon maybe not going as well as I thought it might up here. Crow in trouble now because Amari is here. Riftmark has left him to die. And that is another kill onto Amari. The handshake gonna pull Rack back into tower range, and the shutdown goes to Renata, but I don't know if that's worth for them or not, because that's a lot of gold injected into this Renata, who typically is one of the best champions in the game, no matter how much gold you have, as in the sense of will always be useful regardless of if she's ahead or not. But I mean, I don't think you can continue focusing around, like, playing around this top lane. Chameleon's only getting stronger and stronger.
We see the potential gank here, and we have the on pass.
I think this will work. I think this is where he falls. Nice dodge out on the Ezreal keys there, but it's not going to matter. Dabis having to use that flash to get away.
Not quite a 1-for-1, but we do see Joe here with the flank. No summons available, but does have his damage.
He is spinning to win. Oh, so low! The Curse of the Sad Mummy isn't quite available yet. Time Gear is the first to fall. Riftmark is soon to follow. Dabis is not going to escape with his life because that's not his tower. Another kill over to a Rins, but that is a very, very fed Garen that you have now.
Yeah, it looked like a potentially good play for Havoc. They finally managed to land the kill onto the Mordekaiser, but then it's a quick return with the 3-4-1. Brutal stuff, and the Rift Herald, which will do a good job of countering Tryndamere's damage to the mid lane. In fact, against all odds, T4T are ahead in turrets right now and swiftly building a very sizable gold lead. That's up to 3k, and that's without the Herald drop. Yeah,
it's starting to swing. It was swinging back and forth for a while, but it's now starting to swing pretty heavily into T4T's favor. I mean, this Ezreal still has some time to get online, but Varus is only going to get stronger and stronger. I think I mean, dealing with both the strong Mordekaiser and the strong Garen won't be easy though. There's a lot to be dealing with when you have when you remain. In fact, the only range damage you have in your team is an Ezreal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rack.
Rack is doing Rack things.
Yeah, playing. I mean, towers win you games, right?
Towers win you games. Especially when you have objective bounties on them. Joe is going for a little trade here. I mean, we're seeing the Tabi's value, but it's a Ravenous Hydra Tryndamere. He doesn't actually take damage. It's not real. I assume he's just going to try and kill this turret here, and I'm not sure there's much Joe can do about it.
This is just such an insane way to play League of Legends. Oh my goodness.
Well, it's a big objective bounty. Maybe he's going to chase for more. Not going to, even with the available Pro stuff. Struggling here in 1v1
the Mordekaiser's going to come out. I don't actually know what happened there. Did he... He ulted, and then he couldn't Q the Gwen because he was outside the W range, I think is what happened.
I suppose so. That was strange.
Yeah. Arin's trying to stop the backs here. Jenna not quite able to get into range. Does have that R flash available. Riftmark is here. But so is Amari.
So is Joe.
All gonna come across. Gonna get caught out, but the Curse of the Sad Mummy is huge! Dabis and Vince both caught out by an incredible engage by Mercutio, and Riftmark is the next to fall. Rack is here to try and pick up the pieces, but he's not going to be able to get anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that might be nail in the coffin, to be honest. It's hard to picture Havoc being able to play the game from here. The top side just went too disastrously.
Yeah.
Burn the Tryndamere ult fundamentally for free. Amumu looking for the Qs, which is probably a good thing that didn't hit. That's a free turret. They're going to probably angle that into a dragon. I mean, there's a world. What's happening here? Dabis walking into the team. Cam decides to E defensively. Are they going to look for more here? I mean, Junna, Orins and Joe all on a base. Cam and Mercutio are forced to run away. Potentially, Havoc are going to get this dragon, but I mean, I do think that T4T are going to be here in time to counteract. We'll see that kind of damage. I mean, the Riftmark is nowhere near and has no way into the pit aside from
pulls them
walking
both
in.
Mercusio's going to get cut out by Rack 96 here, but Chameleon is going to fall right at the start of the fight. Manages to get the ult down onto the Orin. Hopefully going to be able to take back some stats here. Going to wait for that W to come off cooldown. Mercutio so close to falling on the other side of this fight. Chameleon manages to survive with a really, really good use of that Mordekaiser ultimate. Rack 96 does not have the Undying Rage available and is going to fall. And it's a 3-0 in favor of T4T. And it goes from bad to worse for Havoc.
Yeah, now I could be wrong. And if I was in Havoc's position, I'd be saying one thing, and that is dude. Yeah. This puts T4T on the soul point, another 5-kill advantage off of that. I mean, the 4 kills, sorry, off of that play. Dabis, I mean, what can you do? Maybe they're going to look for him. The ult comes out from Braun, the E over the wall from Ezreal.
He's going to use the flash to get away. Jonah is here, and he does have that ultimate available. Not going to land onto anyone, unfortunately. Vince with the most insane flash I think I've ever seen, and Dabis just letting it happen. His fate known to him, and I think that is, if it wasn't a nail in the coffin before, that most definitely is it.
Yeah. Is he inting? Is Riftmark inting?
I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at.
That's my best guess. Riftmark's running it down. Which happens, I suppose.
Have we ever had someone deliberately lose a game?
As far as I'm aware, the closest we got is the Thresh mid.
Yeah.
Rack is running at Mordekaiser, and he's winning.
Oh my god, that damage is crazy.
Dude, Tryndamere is a funny champ. I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter that much. We get the Baron. T4T get the Baron on the other side of the map.
It's going to take this.
There we go, that's a turret.
I have a fact check from the walking UNL
encyclopedia. Said,
it's never happened.
There has not been an actual hard in UNL history. I think we might have just seen one. I mean, there is an argument that he was soft inting from the start, having locked in on jungle, but that's not for me to say on stream. Well, let's see, what's the game plan from here? The objectives aren't coming up for another few minutes. 3 minutes on Drag, 5 minutes on Baron. We have the Baron for T4T. We see Joe going to the bot lane to push that out with the Baron buff. We're seeing Mordekaiser move to the top lane. But they're fucking around the jungle with all the prio they're going to get here. I mean, this is just a Rins and Juna, but they're so monstrously strong that I'm not sure it makes a difference. We see Joe coming down on the bot side, ready to move if a play does break out. That is a red buff for T4T. Joe is level fucking 15. They're angling for this bot turret here. We have 4 on there. Another 1v1 between Rack and Cam in the top lane.
That Undying Rage isn't actually available though, mind you.
Oh, it's not even close.
Interesting. With Mark proccing that glacial augment on the ultimate brilliantly.
I mean, if the Messiah was meant to be Tryndamere and Tryndamere dies to the Mordekaiser, then what is your Messiah, you know?
Yeah.
They're just feeding with bot turret. I mean, what the fuck? The Ezreal is like too weak to do anything to the Baron minions between them and I guess he's gonna poke down this turret. Maybe they'll tank some of the Qs to stop them from taking it.
Yeah. Trying to hold down the forge.
I don't think that was worth it.
Amari finds himself in a spot of bother. Time Gear is gonna fall in the bot lane.
Okay, actually, instead of finding himself in a spot of bother, his team killed the ADC, got the mid turret. They're probably going to get another turret here.
Mercutio's going to go in here.
Goes in without Curse of... No, had Curse of Stab Mummy.
Abilities being thrown to Narnia all over the place. The Renata ulti is going to come out. Dabis almost falling victim to his mid laner, Mercutio. Next on the chopping block, and Amari, I think, should be able to pretty easily get out with his life. Not going to use that Garen ulti onto the... Tryndamere, who we know is not available. I mean, he is going to use it. Rack having to use the flash and the E, and Amari gets out with a sliver of HP. Mordekaiser hanging on top of this mid lane that he wants to go. Red buff and Garen passive combining to get him pretty much an entire HP back.
Taking wolves, I guess.
Arin's
yes, the small raptor. Big.
Arin's is suffocating them out of this game.
I mean, honestly, I can't list a player on T4T that I think has played this game badly.
Yeah, no.
I think
I was thinking about it for player of the game.
Yeah, me too. I just think, wow, that's kind of toxic. We're already thinking of one team's play for the game. Of course, we are fully ready to see.
Oh no, he falls again. An 8th death, averaging 1 every 3 minutes at the moment, and Chameleon TPing to this mid tower.
Likes his TPs, bro.
There's some interesting uses of that similar spell.
I mean, maybe he saved the turret. I'm not totally sure they would have been able to get it anyway, but who knows. That's a Chemtech Soul going over to T4T. It's a Soul which doesn't do anything if you're behind, but makes throwing the game very difficult. They might be looking on... They're not looking on Mordecai, but let's keep it fucking real for a second. There's nothing... He's untouchable, so is the Garen. Tryndamere is taking Krogs currently, but I'm not totally sure that's going to do anything. Well... I don't know what to say, man. How do you pass a game like this? The Mordekaiser combo lands onto the Davis, and Mercutio is kind of
Chameleon, Davis having to flash away. Time Gear gets caught out by that Mordekaiser ultimate. He's going to get pulled in with E. That damage is insane. The flash Q spells his end. Crow
this is GG, unfortunately.
is getting caught. The Curse of the Sablami catches out everyone. The Renata ult on top of it. And that is going to be that for our first game of Season 11. Rack trying to get something on his team.
Okay, adding that KDA, hell yeah, brother. GG boys, GG. What an that was one of the past, like, 10 minutes, that was one of the most dominant showings I've seen in UNL in a while.